Do that. Let me put this, whose answer may be obvious, but let me put it to you and for your comment, if you want to. With this summons, the 50 million rand summons, we know it's not in the Section 27 affidavit.
Correct.
That you have seen.
Correct.
And it's not in the one that was flighted here, that is dated November. We know that.
Correct.
And it's not in any of the A1 statements, and there's no affidavit, at least before us yet. And they have a list of bank details of General Lushaba. That kind of information, details of General Lushaba, that kind of information, if indeed they had it, would have had to have come from someone at crime intelligence, because we are talking about funds being moved from a crime intelligence account. Is that a fair summation?
It's the same
account. Is that a fair summation?
It's the same conclusion that I came to.
You drew that conclusion
I drew the
too?
same conclusion.
Okay.
That because upon discussing, well, I had drawn that conclusion from the prepare it. In the meantime, I have my reasons, and from the conversation with Mr. Perumal, saying that the ID has received information. And when I had discussed it prior to going into Advocate Johnson's office with Mr. Rapesu asked me, and I said to him, you are now placing me in a very difficult situation, so can you please ask the ID in the meeting? He asked me if he gets asked about this 28 and why it was done so prematurely and on what basis, because he, and so was I, of the opinion that it was unlawful to proceed with the 28. He said to me, is she going to come and testify that she received the information? Is she going to file an affidavit that she received the information? So there was a lot of discomfort and annoyance about this whole instruction.
And to your knowledge, did anything further happen about this 50 million rand investigation? If it was an investigation, I mean, we see in the summons, she says that she has authorized the Section 28(1)A investigation. So let's assume, for present purposes, that's what happened. Did anything further, to your knowledge, happen about this part?
Prior to me being removed, there was a lot of distrust, discord. As I stated before, if you went against what Perumal was wanting to do, you were attacked by Advocate Johnson. So at that point, I was currently at the target. I was literally the bullseye for that attack. And in a meeting, I had asked specifically, what has happened with those? And because I knew that Advocate Johnson had given instructions to the whole team that once it's received, it must be given to the financial investigator, Mr. Venan, that was designated on the matter. So in April, and if memory serves, it was in the meeting of the 24th of April, 2025. Yes, it was. It is in the notes. I had asked what was this about, and where are we with this investigation? What has been done? To the extent that Venant had not been given the USB. Perumal denies knowledge of the 28s being done. I had to file a subsequent affidavit as a prosecutor for one of those internal investigations that I explained earlier. And in that affidavit, it is part of part 2. It explains how angry I got that it had not been handed over. When it was handed over late September, just before I got removed from the matters, I think it was it would have been August, because I was removed on the 2nd of September last year. Venant indicated that he found 3 suspicious transactions, but he was still investigating them. There was no conclusive proof, and they were 50,000, not 50 million.
Thank you.
Before we get to 19 December, you mentioned a name earlier. I think you were responding to one of the questions. In our engagement with Advocate Johnson, the first time we see that name is the 29th of April, 2025. It's the name of General Matlo, who's the head of risk at SAPS. But earlier, in response to a question, you said something along the lines that somebody said in December, speak to General Matlo, or General Matlo will provide the information. How does she come in? Because at this stage, there's no affidavit from her, there's no Section 27 from her. How does that name keep coming up, especially in December 2024? Can you just clarify that before we go to the crime intelligence documents?
I'm going to give a comprehensive explanation. General Matlo is a witness on many matters within the IDAC. Okay. She has a very close personal relationship with Mr. Perumal. He's also former SAPS. But on the 6th, when I asked Perumal, where do I get the details for Lieutenant General Kumalo, because I didn't even know his name, he said to me, no, don't, hold on, I'll speak to Charity, and that's how the
You mean
details.
Major General, not Lieutenant?
Yes,
Major
General. I get confused with the titles. Sorry. He contacted her, and that's how I got the details.
And so you did not speak to her, he contacted her?
On that particular day, no, I did not speak to her.
So you had no interaction with her throughout December 2024?
During December 2024, no, I had no. My interactions, once again, with General Matlo would come into part 2. Starting
then let's leave it
Feb,
for part
yeah.
2. Thank you.
So, still on the summons, before you go to 74, insofar as the summons, and I'm looking at Annexure A at page 176, that where it says the ID has authorized an investigation in terms of Section 28(1)A. Can we, at least with you as well, confirm that as at the date of this summons, which is December 2024, there was no decision yet in terms of 28(1) in respect of these crime intelligence matters?
Correct.
Okay. So there was no such investigation at this point that has been
Correct.
authorized. And what is the formality or the formal evidence of a decision of the ID that now I'm authorizing an investigation in terms of 28(1)? What form does it take? Is it in writing? Is it a certificate? How do we know that?
It has to be an application form.
Yes.
The application must then set out comprehensively, as I dealt with earlier in my statement. It has to set out the evidence in each statement, or how the evidence collectively obtained speaks to each offense or element of the offense that we are alleging. We would then do a breakdown. It is in part 2 where we would do a breakdown of A1, Mr. Adams. It's late in the afternoon. Mr. Adams. And then I would say what he says in his. I would then also put the possible problems and which of the offenses it relates to. And then I would go on and on and on as per the evidence collected.
So the point is there will be a document which records the decision itself, the decision to conduct an investigation.
Correct. It should be done that way. The 28 ones that I had authorized all came with evidence reports.
Okay, thank you. lastly, before you go to your paragraph 74, it's about that 2813 that you prepared. And I just want to check that maybe we made too much ado about nothing with Advocate Johnson. Now, that document, you remember it starts at 106, 107, 108. It's that one that has the names that she didn't remember where she got the names from.
Correct.
Now, if you look at 109, the foot of that page, it gives you the date and signed where. And then the next page at 110, it has Ms. Johnson's details. And it didn't make sense to us that she would have written a 2813 to herself, because we have a document that doesn't indicate who is the author. On the front of it, it had said, I think, that it's written by you and somebody else. But then you get the signature page at 110 when we expected that there would have been where somebody recommends and then where an indicator where she approves. And she was challenged on it that this looks like she wrote this for herself. She prepared it. Do you care to explain what happened here?
Can I go back to the flip-flop situation?
Yes, you can flip-flop.
No, I'm not flip-flopping. I'm going back to the nickname.
Yeah, you may.
Okay. If we go to the 2023 authorizations, you would see it would be
2023 referral that you worked
I
on.
dealt with, yes.
Okay.
So it would be a recommendation by Mr. Sissoko after perusing all our documents, and then an authorization by Advocate Johnson. Later on, it was changed to, it has to be signed by the DD, Deputy Director, and then, recommended by the Deputy Director and authorized, and then Mr. Sissoko was removed. Later on, it just became Advocate Johnson that signed. And then why I say flip-flop is because when the Medicare 24 was done in 16th of May 2025, I did it exactly like this because I will explain why. I was called by the PA to come and add my signature, and then Advocate Johnson's signature went there as recommended. So like I said, it was a flip-flop situation where one day we did it like this, and the next day we were told remove it, and it was throughout the office in that way, to a point where Mr. Sissoko has been made redundant with regards to signing or approving documents. He doesn't even see them.
So here what would have happened is you prepared the document, you didn't sign it, it doesn't have provision. As you prepared it, there was no provision for you to sign, a provision for you to sign. It only provided for her to sign. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Page 30, paragraph 74, the confidential crime intelligence documents.
Thank you. Paragraph 74. On the 19th of December 2024, the team was scheduled to meet with Mr. Adams. However, Mr. Perumal stated that there was a miscommunication and Mr. Adams was at Sun City Resort. I refused to travel to consult at that venue. Arrangements were then made to meet in Cape Town on the 6th of January 2025. In the meantime, on the same day, Mr. Perumal and Rapesu and I met at a spur in Midrand Halfway Gardens regarding the confidential documents that Mr. Adams alleges was pushed under his door. Mr. Perumal was to provide me with the documents to peruse. First, the documents related to crime intelligence. If it were up to me, and I did say so during the consultation with Mr. Adams, I wanted to charge him. I also wanted an explanation from him as to what did he do with the documents.
This is now
after
in
receiving-
January, not...
Yeah, sorry, Advocate.
You're moving ahead.
I am. First, the documents related to crime intelligence. If it were up to me, I would have considered charging Mr. Adams for possession of these documents. In the bundle of documents were 74.1, receipts of a forklift in respect of which payment has been made, a copy of the internal vetting report of Major General Mudondo. This was particularly concerning to me, and I voiced this discomfort. May I explain why? A vetting document, I think most of us here would know, contains your address, your ID numbers, the ID numbers of your kids, your spouse, your banking detail, and this document is the school that your kids go is now slotted under someone's door and they are in possession of it. It was very concerning, the amount of information that it had. 74.3. A statement from either Mr. Pinar of Crime Intelligence or a Mr. Van Vieren. I'm not sure if it was a Mr. or Miss, but it was either Pinar or Van Vieren. I cannot recall the name, relating to Lushaba's housebreaking and the involvement of the vetting unit. 74.4. Media articles about Mr. Lushaba's housebreaking incident. 75. These are the documents I recall because...
The only documents I...
Sorry. These are the only documents I recall because I saw those documents once on that day and never again. I perused the documents and asked Mr. Rapeso to take notes. The documents appeared to identify possible witnesses and suspects. However, the names in the documents did not correlate with the list of names that Advocate Johnson gave me on the 5th of December 2024.
Not correlate entirely, because there were some that did.
Correct.
Okay.
Did not correlate entirely.
Okay. Then 6 January 2025, consultation with Mr. Adams.
Thank you. Paragraph 76. We all went on our annual break, and on our return in January 2025, Mr. Rapeso and Perumal and I went to Cape Town on the 6th of January 2025 to consult with Mr. Adams. We met Mr. Adams at the Cape Town DPP's office. I questioned Mr. Adams about how he came into possession of the crime intelligence documents and what he did with the documents from the time he had received them. He said that he had retained copies and given the documents to Mr. Perumal. He stated that he reported the incident to the Police Portfolio Committee and was shut down by Mr. Ian Cameron, the chairperson of the committee. 77. Thereafter, we informed Mr. Adams that his A1 statements in all the dockets would have to be supplemented because they were wholly inadequate. And what was required was actual proof of the allegations contained in his A1 statement, the Section 27 referral and the Section 27 referral affidavit. We proceeded to draft the affidavits, and if I recall correctly, Mr. Perumal typed the supplementary affidavits, and I was assisted by a prosecutor to print the affidavits, the prosecutor being part of DPP Cape Town.
Can I ask a question? You obviously spoke to Mr. Adams on the 6th.
Correct.
Did he explain to you how the documents, because you say you wanted to charge him for that, and if I remember correctly, the suggestion is that somebody slid the documents under his door at the offices in Parliament. Is that possible? I mean, does that story make sense to you? Because if it did, then they would have fallen into his lap, you know. It's not as if he was in possession of them. If somebody dropped classified things on my desk, they are there.
May I, from my consultation with him, explain why I agree with the Commissioner? When I was consulting, I was explaining to him, you are in possession of these documents. What did you do? You know that process. And I said to him, do you understand this is a criminal offense? And he said to me that it was slotted under his door in an envelope. And then I said to Mr. Rapesu, we are in Cape Town. Well, actually, I said it to Mr. Rapesu and to Mr. Perumal, because he was sitting on their own and I was on the other end of the boardroom. So I said to them, okay, we're in Cape Town. We can go to the parliamentary building and go and get the video footage. Also, we can get the register of who signed into that building on that day. And Mr. Adams' reply was, there's no cameras on that in his corridors where his offices are, and I find it very strange. And then with regards to the register, Mr. Perumal told me it will be futile because of how many people sign in and out. So yes, I did draw the same conclusion as the commissioner, that this could not have happened.
I mean, if somebody left classified documents on my desk and I happen to open the envelope and I see that they are there and I report the matter to IDEC, why would you charge me for that? Because I found them there. It's not as if, I acquired them through some improper means.
Commissioner, we must look at the timelines. And that is what I questioned about. I questioned, you received in September under your door. You opened your cases at the end of October. You refer to IDAC middle end of November. That's a very long time to be in possession of those documents.
It means he had them with him for at least 2 months before
Correct.
he came to IDEC.
Correct. The other concern is that when you were opening the dockets, if you didn't want to give the original of the documents that was slotted under your door, why not make copies, have them certify it, and attach it to the A1 in the dockets?
He kept them with him even after the Section 27 referral to IDEC. He did not give them to IDEC.
Yes, well, the information that was relayed to me directly by Mr. Adams and confirmed by Mr. Perumal, and it is in the recording that I have provided. It's just a very lengthy recording. I recorded the entire consultation with Mr. Adams. When I start asking Mr. Adams, where are the documents? He said, no, I kept copies, but I'd given the documents to Dylan. And Dylan confirms, yes, no, we have them.
And it's Perumal.
Perumal.
Thank
you. The affidavits obtained by you and your colleagues are very terse in content. What is that a function of? Why is that so? I do not find them to be better than which affidavits? The A1.
They were not. They were still futile.
Why is that so?
Because he didn't have anything further than what was slipped under his door.
Mr. Adams could not
could not supplement.
Give any useful substantiation.
Nothing.
All right, okay.
Okay, back to your statement. 78.
Thank you. Thereafter, Mr. Rapesu commissioned all 4 supplementary affidavits. Those 4 supplementary affidavits were the only affidavits commissioned in my presence in Cape Town. Mr. Perumal did not commission any affidavits in my presence. I do not know when he would have met with Mr. Adams that day to commission any other affidavits. More importantly, I do not understand why the same witness would depose to a main affidavit being an A1 on the same day he deposes to a supplementary affidavit.
Continue.
But it also seems, isn't it, already have A1 statements?
You could never do that. It would never, and it can't be that it's mismarked because the Mukwela docket is an A1.
Yes.
And when we were in Cape Town, there was no Mukwela supplementary taken.
Yes. Thank you.
Can you just deal with this issue?
Yes,
The
Commissioner.
three of you are in Cape Town.
Yes, Commissioner.
Together, statements are being prepared. Did Mr. Perumal have his Commissioner of Oath stamp with him in Cape Town? Because the other affidavits that we have seen, and they were commissioned on the 6th of January 2025, they bear his statement, and he's the commissioner. Stamp, sorry, not the statement. His stamp is used to commission those statements. Did he have it with him on the day that the three of you were in Cape Town?
Commissioner?
And would he ordinarily carry his stamp around?
No. None of the investigators generally carry. Also, the Pretoria stamp will be futile in Cape Town. But on that day, Mr. Perumal had no stamp and he commissioned no statements. That is why I sent the voice note that I did. I think it was on the 22nd or 23rd.
So what conclusion must we draw when we see affidavits commissioned by him on the 6th of January 2025, subject to him coming to explain, of course, but because you are here and you were with him that day, what conclusion do you say we must draw?
The exact conclusion that Commissioner Kumalo used on that day. Those statements are doctored.
Don't think that came from me, but I'll take that.
It was you, Commissioner. I remember specifically, I was watching and I'm like,
Are you sure it was not Advocate Silla?
Advocate Silo is very nice compared to you. No, it is the conclusion that the commissioners can draw. Also, I can attest, and I'm under oath, and I have freely provided the evidence. The 4 supplementaries did not include Mukwele. And if I may elaborate just a little bit on that aspect, Advocate. When I say the Mukwele aspect is it's like, it's not even mentioning Mukwele in the 27 referral that I saw. It says a lady. We didn't even know the name of Mukwele when we went to Mr. Adams for those supplementaries.
Did he know the name? Did Mr. Adams know the name?
If he did, he didn't mention it. It was the Mukwele name was never mentioned.
In the voice note that you sent, and now you say that Mr. Perumal did not commission any statements. Can we, for the record, now that you're sitting there, just confirm that you were with Mr. Perumal the entire time that you were in Cape Town until you departed, and did you depart together? And you confirm that there would have been, forget that it doesn't make sense that a witness on the same day would do an A1 and a supplementary arising from the same consultation. Forget that for now, for the purpose of my question. But there was no opportunity that you could have missed where Mr. Perumal, after all, commissioned a statement.
Except for my 1.5 hour to 2 hour nap on the 6th, because we flew at 4:30 in the morning. I was very tired. So except for that nap just before dinner, we were together. In fact,
Magic hour.
how would he have traveled? How would he have printed? These are all the things that played on my mind when I saw it flattered, and I was like, how did I miss this? Because in part 2, I did miss it in June when I saw the affidavit. I did. I missed it until it was flighted. But that is for a different reason that I missed it. My questions then would be, we had one vehicle. Mr. Repesu was the designated driver. He had the vehicle keys. Except for that few hours, we were together. So, and even if let's say hypothetically, Mr. Adams came to the hotel, where would you have printed it? We didn't even have a business center at the hotel we were staying in. Where would you have the stamp?
I have printed documents at a hotel.
Did you have your stamp? Because if he had the stamp, obviously it would have been produced when we were at the boardroom at DPP's office.
What you're saying is, but for that 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours that you took a nap, there was no opportunity for Mr. Perumal to have sat down, taken a statement, and then got it commissioned.
Commissioner, even if it was the next day, because we did have other meetings, we decided to utilize the trip. So we have another matter that we were investigating. And I didn't know that the ID didn't authorize a consultation with the attorneys. I only found out when I got to the consultation, because Perumal had told me the night before that we were going for this consultation. It was the 7th of January. So in that time where I was busy, I had a lot of other work and a lot of other things that I needed to do. So I used that time. I sat at the pool with my laptop and I was busy. So even in that time, it would not be the 6th, it's the 7th.
Thank you.
Advocate Ngube, just a moment. This is important because when Mr. Adams gets here, we must put some of the questions to him. Commissioner Baloyi mentioned the happy hour and the possibility that during that happy hour, a statement could have been taken from Mr. Adams and commissioned. Would it have been proper, seeing that the three of you traveled together, would it have been proper for Mr. Perumal to consult with Mr. Adams separately and take a statement and commission it in your absence and Mr. Mansa's absence?
No, it would not be. It would be irregular.
Yes, and then you were still, although you were no longer part of the case in October last year, when the issue of disclosure of the docket to the accused was being discussed, remember there was a discussion with you about the Section 27. Now the supplementary affidavits that were disclosed to the accused, was it the Perumal affidavits or the affidavits that the three of you took, the 4 that you took in Cape Town when you were all there? Which ones were disclosed to the accused?
As far as my memory serves, and I've got the USB here, as far as my memory serves, I didn't see Rapeso's supplementary in the disclosure that was given to me by the team.
So the disclosure given to the accused, remember when the docket is disclosed to the accused, which sets of affidavits? Was it the affidavits that you were aware of, or was it the ones that Mr. Perumal commissioned?
When disclosure took place, and when I saw the flighted, and then when I went to the USB that was disclosed to me, which is the same copy that was disclosed, it's the 6th of January, 2025, commissioned by the schizophrenic affidavit, the Pretoria, Cape Town, Dylan Perumal.
It's the Perumal affidavits that were disclosed to the accused. Isn't that improper because it means incorrect affidavits are disclosed to the accused and not the original affidavits that were taken from the witness?
I would say that the commissioner is being kind. It's unlawful. It is unlawful. It is unlawful. It is not irregular. It is unlawful. It is an offense.
And then you mislead the court when you say to the court a full disclosure of the docket has been made to the accused, when in fact that is not the case.
Correct. And you're supposed to, by law, even if it doesn't support the state's case, you're still supposed to disclose. Because we are not persecutors, we are prosecutors. Our job is to present the evidence for the court to decide.
I just wanted to say, a person who does that just to avoid the you, there just might be people who might understand the you as referring to you.
I meant IDEC, sorry.
Take no
I didn't mean you
offense.
personally, I meant IDEC.
You say it's unlawful. In fact, your code of conduct says you must disclose even material that assists an accused person.
Correct.
That is in your possession.
Correct.
Yes. You said something about the disclosed docket. When it was given to you, you don't recall seeing the Rapesu affidavits, supplementary affidavits. Ordinarily, you as the prosecutor in this team, what role do you have when it comes to the disclosure of the docket? Do you look through it? Does it get given to you? Do you have any role whatsoever, even if it's a passive role of it does get given a copy?
May I explain Perumal's team in disclosure versus IDEC at disclosure? Even the prosecutors don't get given the original dockets.
What Perumal's team we're
Perumal's
talking
team.
about? Okay.
We get given scanned copies of the docket. We have to work off scanned copies of the docket. Advocate, may I? So even when you're drafting, you would work off the scanned copy that they have given you. You don't have the physical, which is not proper. You're supposed to have the physical docket. You're supposed to, in the DPCI matters, we do a thing called docket audit, where if we're disclosing electronically because it's thousands and thousands of pages, or maybe just 500 pages, whatever, we would sit with the investigating officer and the prosecutors, and we'd go A1, check, A2, check. That process, whenever asked for by Perumal's team, is bypassed. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I recently did a memo saying that charges must be withdrawn on another matter. Because when myself and my co-prosecutor, after numerous emails and numerous fights, finally got the A, B, and C clip, we found exonerating evidence in the C clip.
This is after disclosure of the docket.
This is when I set the matter down for trial.
Okay.
So I did a memo, and I still haven't received a reply from Advocate Johnson, stating that, one, because of this evidence. So the prosecutor and I then embarked on our own investigation. We went and checked. We confirmed with the witness. The witness then emailed us another supplementary affidavit confirming that the investigators didn't ask about these things. We attached all of that, and we did a memo saying this matter needs to be withdrawn. So and I explained it earlier, so Advocate Johnson calls Perumal's team the A team, and then there's IDAC. So the A team, they don't follow the rules. And that is why we did not, I still haven't seen the physical docket.
Thank you. Lastly, on this disclosure issue, is there a rule in IDEC about the disclosure of the Rule 27 affidavit?
The referral.
The referral, rather. Is that part of, as a matter of rule? It may be that it's not complied with. I'm asking that kind of question, whether there's a rule or it's as you deem fit.